I have a bit of coin.
What game would...
Nice.
Let's...
Why did I even agree to this? I'm going to lose my money again. Ah, nothing serious. You didn't have much anyway. Done. Now I'll show you how it's done.
Well, did you get it sorted out? Hopefully.
That's enough for me.
It cost me all the money my pa left me. I even had to sell the ring from my mother-in-law. But I'm telling you, if he runs up any more debts, I don't know what I'll do. This was
If
the
you
third
think it'll help
time.
you.
Go and see the priest and ask him to talk to him. Oh, please. The priest gambles with them. What? You bet.
Ugh.
His housekeeper told me he's got a broken home I lost a month ago. How did it end up there?
How are your knees? Feeling better?
Oh, yes. That ointment of yours is a gift from heaven. Now they only ache when there's a storm coming.
That's handy, isn't it? At least you know when to round up the cattle and gather in the hay.
Here's hoping.
When I'm old and infirm, folks will come to me for the weather forecast.
I heard about this fella who always got heartburn just before it snowed. You could team up.
Why the hell do they
All
pour the
we need
beer
is a
on the
bloke who
table?
can't get it up when it's going to be sunny, and we'll be the three wise men.
Three cripples, more like.
Why is this sticky?
Let it be now.
Good
I want to
day.
play too, you know.
Same to you.
Ah, what kind of pig was sitting here? You silly doggy.
If I was you, I'd take it.
Well, this doesn't seem too bad.
Who's hurt?
Depends. Farewell.
Die!
Hans! Hans! It's me!
You again?
Stop gaping like a stuffed owl and get over here! You still owe me for the stuff from Germany.
Look, friend, you have me confused with someone else. My name's not Hans.
If you're broke, just say so and stop trying to wriggle out of it.
You're Joachim, aren't you? We've met before.
I knew it, see? You do remember.
But my name's not Hans. It's Henry.
Why play around like this when we know each other so well?
For the last time, I am not Hans!
Oh, well, I'm sorry. You're the spitting image of him. You really are. Well, I'll be sure to be extra careful from now on.
How much does this Hans owe you?
I gave him some of my wares to take. Nothing fancy, just a few trinkets. Said he'd sell them at twice the price. I'd give him half the proceeds from the trip. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's better than nothing.
I have to go.
All right.
Don't fuck with my sheep! Go sniff somewhere else!
Ja! Ja! Quick! Come on! Ja! Ja! Keep it up. Whoa, whoa. Whoa. Wait! Wait! Wait!
What will it be?
So you're that Grand Master?
What did you call me? Who's been telling you stories about me?
It's just that I've heard you're the best fighter far and wide.
Ah, so that's what this is about. I haven't been called that in a long while, lad. And who might you be?
My name's Henry, and I know a bit about fighting myself. I reckon I've beaten every fighter in the region, so I got sent to you.
You mean to beat me too, eh? I don't know. I'm getting too old for this sort of thing.
Well, I came all the way here to see you. I'm giving you the chance to hit me with impunity. Do I really have to try to convince you?
At least embarrassment doesn't hurt. But bruises, cuts, and a broken nose, on the other hand.
I've been through a lot worse. You won't dissuade me with that.
All right then. If it's really what you want, let's dance. But I have two conditions. First of all, we'll only fight once. I don't want you begging for a rematch when you lose. And second, the fight ends when one of us gives up. I don't want to have to try to revive you. Got it?
All right, agreed. Should we get right into it?
Fine. Let's get this over with. Let's go over there, so you don't trample my herbs. Ready? I'm too... Curva! I'm wounded. I'm all yours.
I feel quite hungry! There. That's that.
You really gave me a licking, lad. Who'd have thought you had it in you?
You pack a hell of a punch yourself. For a herbalist, that is.
Well, now what? I'd hate to send you home empty-handed.
I didn't challenge you for money.
And I'm not offering you any. Let me clean up your wounds at least. Or I could show you how to treat them yourself. What do you say?
Actually, why not? I could stay for a little while.
That's more like it. And listen, what if that moment were to last a little longer? I have some lovely aged mead here. We could chat a while. I don't get many visitors here.
Did you say mead?
Homemade, my friend. Come, let's have a toast to our fight. Come on, have another with me.
Another one? This'll be the 7th. I think. I'm not a fish.
Don't be like that. You can't leave now anyway. You just puke in my flower bed and fall asleep on an anthill somewhere.
Well, that's your fault for living in a hut in the middle of nowhere.
It has its benefits too, you know.
Aye? And what benefits?
I'm my own master here. I don't give a flying toss about what's happening somewhere in the village.
Isn't it a bit of a lonely life?
Don't make me out to be some kind of hermit. I get people coming here for herbs, salves, and once in a blue moon, someone comes and challenges me to a fight.
Does that happen often?
Not the fighting part, but people have been coming here for herbs more and more often. If they're polite and ask nicely, I even let them pay me back later. Times are tough.
Sounds pretty boring.
You might be surprised. It can get pretty scary in the woods at night. Especially now, with all those bandits roaming the region.
Aren't you afraid they'll come here?
What would they do here? I'm just a dirty herbalist with a hut full of dried plants. Unless they're at death's door themselves.
Help bastards like them. I'll help them to the grave.
You say that now, but when someone comes knocking and puts his life in your hands, you can't just kick him out, even if you know he's a rotten bastard.
What would you do if someone like that came to you?
I don't rightly know myself. A broken leg or a dagger in the gut hurts everyone the same, that's true. But when I just think about that scum going off and killing someone the next day, it sends chills down my spine.
What made you move to this lonely place?
You think someone forced me?
Well, I don't know. I've never met a herbalist like you.
You know what, Henry? You're a solid bloke. So I'll tell you what happened. When I was about your age, I worked as a hired hand in Troskowitz, where this girl took a liking to me. Sarah was her name. But I wasn't interested in her, and I told her right away. But trouble still found me anyway.
Let me guess. Sarah wanted revenge.
Maybe, but she also might have been completely innocent. All she did was complain to her brother, and he put two and two together.
What do you mean?
Ah, don't worry about that.
Come on, you can tell me. What happened with Sarah's brother?
He realized it wasn't just about his sister. I never liked any girls. I reckon he'd found it odd for a while, and Sarah just gave him a reason to confront me about it. He gathered some of his friends, and they came to explain how they treat animals like me.
But if it's true what they say about you, you beat them all up, right? Or are those just rumors?
No, it's true. I'm not proud of it, but if I hadn't done it, they would have beat the life out of me.
I'm sorry to hear that. But I don't think you did anything wrong to anyone.
I reckon you're the only one around here who thinks that. The locals think the worst of me, and they don't even try to hide it. But as soon as they have a cut or an itch, they come running for help.
And you're more than happy to help them. Doesn't their behavior bother you?
It does. But at least they don't threaten to burn my hut down, which makes a pleasant change.
Do you live here all alone? In a wilderness like this?
What wilderness? Walk a few paces and you come to a bloody great castle. And I'm not really alone. Animals are company too.
I understand. I prefer being on my own as well.
But don't think I'm a hermit. People sometimes come to get ointments or herbs, and I'm glad to see them. But greeting neighbors and listening to gossip every day, I'd rather not, thanks. It's true, I don't always sleep easy here. The castle may as well not be there for all the protection it gives me. You get strange people wandering around from time to time, the kind best avoided by honest folk. My advice to you is to be careful. I recently saw two vagabonds like that. No doubt they don't think I'm worth the effort. But I still lock the door every night and push a bench up against it.
I already bumped into them. Not far away on the rocks.
You see? They're drawn to this place like flies to a corpse.
You said you could teach me something. What was it?
Other than fighting, I'm pretty familiar with all sorts of herbs. People come to me with various maladies.
And you always heal them?
Always. Always when there's still time. Sometimes they'd be better off going straight to the priest.
That sounds like it could come in handy.
But if I'm supposed to teach you something, it won't be for free.
I understand. I'd be happy to pay you.
All right. What do you want to know?
Tell me how I can dry herbs better, without them catching mold right away.
Drying them isn't always the best solution. Sometimes it helps to put them in oil, lard, or alcohol. Salves are good for burns, and herbal liqueurs, they're the best cure of all. It'll take some time, but I'll tell you what I know.
Oh, you pooch.
What do you need, sir?
Show me. I'd like to do something.
Wow.
Satisfied?
You must be... Thank you, sir. And come again. Ah, my back. How can I help?
Teach me a few.
Ah,
Show me some of those rest.
you just need to look into your opponent's eyes. As soon as he grimaces, frowns, or takes a deep breath, you know he's going to attack. It'll take some time. You've no business here. Well, are you going? Away. See? Didn't even hurt.
Go! Quick! Whoa! This is a poacher's lair, for sure. So where's the poacher?
Careful, Henry, or you'll get soaked.
A little bit of rain never hurt anyone. Let me sleep. Sir Hans, I'm here hunting poachers, and I come across you.
Henry! I never expected you here.
I was sent here by the Nebakov gamekeeper. He said there are poachers here, and I don't have to be King Solomon to figure out who the poacher is, do I? Oh, Jesus! You couldn't choose something different? There's all sorts of ways to make money.
Now hold your horses. How else are we supposed to get some coin quickly so we don't have to go around looking like beggars?
By honest work? This is very risky.
Look, no one found me here until you turned up. And you're only here because you're doing some terribly noble deed again and helping out old grannies in distress. And this is how it turns out.
Are you fucking serious? There are plenty of ways you could earn money. Why poaching of all things?
I've always been good at hunting. Remember how we went hunting together the first time? I really showed you up, didn't I?
As I recall, it was the other way around.
What rot! I'll make a pile of coins selling this game. And then that idiot on the gate will finally believe we're not beggars. He'll be laughing on the other side of his face when we turn up in our finery. And it's a much better way than your idiotic idea with the forge.
You know very well that poaching is a serious crime.
Ah, but this is an exceptional situation. We're messengers. It's only through unfortunate circumstances that we ended up like this. If von Berghoff knew about it, he wouldn't even regard it as poaching. Besides, he'd never leave an honoured guest and a noble to go hungry.
You do know that if they caught you, von Berghoff would never even hear of it.
Henry, you've got to look at it in the broader perspective.
Jesus. And what are you doing with the game you hunt?
Thanks to my bargaining skills, I've got to deal with an excellent trader in Troskowitz.
And you realise that this trader of yours could snitch on you if he's in a corner? Or just for the reward?
My trader is reliable.
Maybe, but someone might see you together.
That's not going to happen. We're careful.
The gamekeeper wants to get rid of poachers around here, and I promise to help him do it.
Well, that's awkward for you, isn't it? Any idea what you're going to tell him?
Well, have you? Surely you don't expect me to tell him I didn't find anyone?
Why the hell not? You just found some abandoned camp, no? It's a stroke of luck that he sent you, eh?
And what am I supposed to tell the gamekeeper now?
I don't know. Make something up. Maybe you found the poacher and he didn't want to surrender. He attacked you and you beat him. And that's that.
You have to cooperate at least a bit, though. If the gamekeeper is to believe me, the poaching has to stop. I can't convince him the problem is solved if the game keeps disappearing.
You're saying I have to find some other way of making coin on account of this brilliant idea of yours?
You have to. Because the first thing the gamekeeper will do is to send guards here from Troskowitz. And then he'll send for me. Because he'll find out I lied to him.
Oh, Christ, Henry. Well, I've already made a bit of coin and I can do something with it. And I can still keep going to the woods. Well, it's time for a change. Go and convince that gamekeeper you keep going on about. And I'll find something else to do.
Oh, and the gamekeeper will want to see some proof that I found the poacher and dealt with him. Got anything?
I could give you my equipment. It'd be pretty hard to survive without it, but...
To poach without it?
Yeah, that's settled then.
All right. Quick! Go! Quick! Go! Quick! Die! Whoa! Whoa!
Eh? Huh? Range. Oh, it's you. What brings you? The Lord be with you.
Teach me a few.
Ah, all right.
How now, good man?
How's things, Goodman?
Lacho dives, Gajo. What would your name be? Folks call me Carol. Have we met before?
They call me Henry of Skalitz, and no, there's little chance we met before.
Goda chacho. Maybe not, but that does not mean I have never heard of you, Gajo.
How's that? How could you have heard about me?
You're the one who saved young Tibor, Laches, Mistes.
Christ, that got around fast. You know Tibor?
What I heard was that some Gajo brutes wrongly imprisoned Tibor, nearly chopped off his hands, head, and no doubt his balls, too. Mistes, Mistes. You stood up for him and fucked up those sons of whores.
Guilty as charged. But I did it mostly for Marika. She deserves to be happy.
Goda chacho. You helped our people, and that is a worthy thing. And you know what, Gajo? I will make it up to you however I can. Palikerav, Gajo.
If you have anything of interest to sell, I'll buy it.
Chacho, and for you, Gajo, I'll let it go for next.
I'd like to do something.
Well... Mistes, I agree. Excellent. It was a pleasure doing business with you, sir.
Show me.
Thank you, sir. And... come again.
Greetings to you.
You don't have to worry about the last poacher either anymore. But it was one hell of a job, I can tell you.
Really? Go on. Where was he?
North of Trotsky. He had a small camp there. Below a cliff. Just like you said.
I'm sure he realized there wasn't any point resisting. What did you do with him?
I had to kill him.
Why did you have to?
That fella wasn't keen on being arrested. The first thing he did was draw a hunting knife on me. He's done for, in any case.
Got any proof?
I found this gear on him. He probably used it to make traps, and some tongs as well. Probably for pulling out teeth and that.
Look how well kitted out them poaching vermin are. I see why he didn't want to just pack it in. He had a good thing going there. Good work. Here's your reward.
Thanks. That's a generous reward.
We don't have any more poachers, so take it as a parting gift from us huntsmen. It'll be a long time before any more of the arseholes turn up in the Trosky forests. You sent out a clear signal what they can expect. Well, you can take a look at my bows if you want, and in return for your help, I'll take a bit off the usual price. Don't use it for poaching, though.
That's not a bad idea, you know.
Don't even think about it.
No, of course not. Thanks.
I'll tell Vostatek to do the same. But just between you and me, better buy one from me. Bows soaked in spirits aren't very hard wearing. Care, sir.
I'm done with the sheep.
Ha ha! Great! How did it go? Tell me.
Well, I scattered their sheep like you wanted.
That's perfect.
I also trampled their laundry, like you mentioned.
You did? That must have been quite unpleasant for them. They'll have to start over.
Alshik ran like the wind after I slipped him that specialty of yours.
What a sight that must have been.
Aye. I reckon he's still throwing up.
You've taken care of everything. You deserve a reward. And with a bit on top as well, like I promised, since you did such a good job.
Thanks, Oberon.
Don't mention it. You're a handy fella. But you could be even better, with my help, of course. They say I'm a good teacher. And listen, one more thing. We'll be meeting the Takovites soon to discuss the pasture they stole from us. I'd like you to come with us. If you're not against it, that is.
What could you teach me?
Well, I'd say I've experienced quite a lot in my long interesting life. And now, in my old age, I have much wisdom to share.
Do you have anything specific in mind?
I could help you with your craftsmanship. You know, I also spent a lot of time with animals as a child.
That sounds good. I'd love to make use of your experience and learn something new.
It'll take some time, and maybe you could give me a...
Tell me how to take better.
When I used to run around the house, I learned all sorts of things. I'll tell you something, so listen up. I won't repeat.
I'd like to learn.
Maybe.
Just tell me.
I won't repeat, but...
I'd like to learn.
Maybe you could...
I'd really...
Of course I will. I won't repeat.
What kind of pig was sitting here? Save your whistling for the cows, you...
Lout. I apologize. What?
And I was starting to think someone wanted to ambush me. Good.
Where the hell are you?
Who else? Oliver hung it on his house. Right, who else?
Are you really gonna make me look for you? And for something so stupid, no less? That's odd. Who opened this?
And to you.
You have a Who? What are you doing here?
Shit! Thieving bastard! It's really not here! It looks like everything is here. I'll show you, you thief. Come on then, let's sort this out.
Folks, help! For God's sake, help!
Well? I'll take care of it. Step aside. Gotcha, fella. Surrender, now! Well, what'll it be? Come on, surrender!
Thief! Go and arrest him, quickly!
Last chance to surrender peacefully.
I can hardly believe it.
Have your way then. Quick! I'll beat you into submission. Fuck you! Now you'll see what we do with criminals, bastard! This is unbelievable! My God, a murder!
Have you gone mad?
What? Marion Hammer!
I'll hack you to ribbons! Haven't you had enough? I'll kill you on the spot if you don't yield!
Quick!
Christ, I'm hit!
Good morning, lad. Take care, friend. What would you like?
What do you...
Thank you, sir. And come again.
She'll go to confession and donate some money to the church. Stop that, or I'll end up in the on the shelf.
All right, I will. I've got to go now. If my wife saw us, I'd be in deep shit.
All right. How about a kiss farewell?
Christ, what a day.
What about my marriage vows?
I went past your garden the other day, and that dog of yours was going mad. Growling at me. He never used to be like that.
I know. Sorry.
You have a kind master, eh? Much?
He's half blind, as good as dead, and when he takes fright, he needs to bite your hand off.
He used to be such a sweet dog.
I'll give him a bit longer before I take him to the vet. I don't want to wait for him to bite.
Good day to you.
Serious?
Good day.
I heard they're going to cut down the old oak at the crossroads.
Oh no. Why? A lovely tree like that. It's a nice place to rest when you're passing by in the summer. The only bit of shade, far and wide.
That's just it. Some noble was resting under it. Not for shade, but because it was pissing down.
All the more reason to leave it be, no?
Aye, but the weather had been stormy for a few days, so one of the branches snapped and fell off. Nothing happened to the noble, but it broke his horse's back.
And that pissed him off, and he wants his revenge?
He complained to the bailiff, saying the oak's dangerous and has to go.
It's cold.
Christ. There'll be nothing nice left here at this rate.
Don't worry.